Hey guys, this is Ed from Blue Tarantula Productions here again. I tried making the video about this earlier, it didn't turn out as great. It was very blurry, but I got it good now, so hopefully, cross my fingers. Anyway, so this in the past I've done some reviews, like well, not reviews, but I have shown you how to play two different types of card games. Variants of Solitaire I like to play, between Klondike and 10. There's a few others. I'll get to those later on down the road. But I decided to do a board game, like just a review over a board game and all. This game, funny story. I went to my local comic book store. If you're in Sherwood Park, Alberta, I recommend. It's called Wizards. It's on Sherwood Drive near Hakeem Optical. I mentioned this place before. Used to get my comics there. I've been there in a while. But anyway, so one day I went in there and I found this game and the game right here being called Castle Panic. All right. Anyway, so I went in and I saw this game and I was like, "Well, what the heck's this Castle Panic?" So I picked it up, I read it, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And it's basically over. It's like a tower defense video game, but it's a board game. So I'm like, "Holy shit!" So the price tag was pricey though. It was like $40 for the starter. I'm like, holy. So I didn't know about it. So I went home, did my research, looked it up, did information on it, and watched some gameplay. And I was like, well, son of a bitch. So anyway, I decided, screw it, $40 for a game like that, and then you could basically play in different ways. Thumbs up, well worth it, bang for the buck. So went back the next day, bought it, and now I got my friends hooked onto it. Like I said, we play it almost like once in a while. Like if they come over, we decide to play a board game. It's one games we'll actually play other than Monopoly, Jenga. There's our board game here called Tetris Link. I'll make a video about that later on, talking about that game. But anyway, so we're gonna focus on Castle Panic today. So I'm going to show you an overview of the board and the other stuff. So there's the different sets that I own. So the starter, which is a big box. The Wizard's Tower, I got that like a year ago. And then the Dark Titan, I got that like last December when I went down to Portland, Oregon. Went to Powell's. Highly recommend that bookstore. They sell a lot of stuff there. Anyway, so here's the basic board, the game board. So it looks like an overall tower defense game. So you got your castle here, you got your little, monsters. So the objective of the game is the monsters are coming out of the woods, right, and coming into your castle. And you have to fight them off with, your cards here. So I have blue knight, green swordsman, and red archer, which is upside down. Anyway, so this game goes from 1 to 6 players. And what you do is you would swap cards from everybody. So let's see what I have. All right. So over there, as you can see, I drew, say, a second player is over there. Depends on how many people are playing. So say there's 2 people, it's like 5 cards each. The more players there are, the more cards you get. So anyway, so I'm just laying out certain cards. So we got draw 2 cards, which you would, well, if you got a whole hand, you would discard some stuff. Yeah. And then draw new cards. We'll put the old cards in the deck over there. So I'm going to make that my deck pile, and that little spot over there is, the discard. Then I got little cards here, so it tells you order of play. They're also posted on the board, like right here. But, they come with extra cards, so draw up. So you draw 2 cards each your turn, except for when you first start playing. Discard a new card, trade cards, play cards, move monsters, and draw 2 new monsters. So, the monsters I have, so I got 3 goblins, a troll, and an orc. 3 goblins, a troll, and an orc. So, like the monsters, so a goblin, for example, is 1 hit, shows 1 number right there. So put them back right down here. So a troll has 3 hits, so every time you would hit him, he would move over like a counter. And soon the player that kills the monster keeps the monster as a point. Like there's different variants in play apparently. I didn't know this. There's a variant where you can actually just play the game, and if you kill the monster, you kill. That's it. You don't get any points. But this is the main game, so if you kill a monster, you get to keep them as a point. Anyway, the whole objective is it's a team-based game. The main game itself. You have to protect your castle from the oncoming monsters, and whatever monsters that you kill, you get that player kills gets a point. But the players work together to protect the castle. Now, if they're able to defeat all the monsters and protect the castle, they win. But if all the monsters come in and tear down all the walls of the castle, including the towers and everything, game over. Everybody loses. But if, like I said before, if they all win, then whoever killed the most monsters, like everybody would rally up how many kills they had. Whoever had the overall, damage, like overall kills, would basically be the overall winner or the master slayer, quote unquote. But anyway, so for example, let's see. So I got blue art. Yeah, so as you can see, each monster is in a different ring. So you start with forest, archer, knight, swordsman, and then castle. And there's 3 different colors. So you see red, green, and blue. So say I have a red archer, right? I do. And that's a goblin. So I would play red archer, hit the red goblin. Like I said, so the goblin's my point. So he'll go over here. It's mine. Now that I use the red archer, it'll go to the discard pile. Alright, so do I have anything else I can use? So, at the moment, I don't have any other archers. So, I'm just going to decide I'm done with my draw. So, at the end of each turn, all the monsters move up 1 row, or 1 space, so then they're all in the knights. Then, I have all the tokens over here. These are the monster tokens, so you drop 2 more. So blue monsters move up 1, green monsters move up 1. So that would mean is they get an extra 1 to go up. Or it's just green. Yeah, that one stays there. So once you're done with these special tiles, if you want to call them, they go into a random discard. So I'm just going to put them over there. Usually when you drop a monster or creature, you have this dice. So say you roll up a goblin, I just threw a 1, so that goblin will go over here, space number 1 in the forest. But when you start off, all the monsters start in the archers. So now it's my partner's turn. So he looks at his cards. So he has barbarian, blue archer, missing. Missing basically cancels out any summoning of any monster for that 1 turn. Blue archer. So he's gonna use barbarian. So it says slay 1 monster anywhere, including the castle ring, but not the forest. So it kills any monster. So he's gonna get rid of the troll. And the monsters themselves, like for the amount of points they are. Yeah, you don't get any points. It's just like 1 point per monster. Like it doesn't count upon their health, So it's like not like you kill the troll, you get 3 points. It's basically 1 kill, 1 point. So kind of like Call of Duty, like 1 hit and you just rack them up. Another thing you could do, they mention this, is when you're playing. So say, so yeah, these are mine. So say he wanted to trade with me, right? So, I think I got a green, I got a green swordsman, so he would do is, we'd trade, right? So I'd give me his archer, I'd give him his green swordsman. So he would use his green swordsman and attack the orc right here. And then once that's done, that's done. There. But then, so say he's done his turn, right? So the monsters would move in. So while they hit, they would use a point. So they get thrown into the discard pile. So, yeah. That wall's gone as well. So, yeah, like so once all the walls are gone, it's game over. So, this monster takes 1 hit as well. That wall's gone. and this one moves forward. Now, he ended his turn, right? So you draw 2 more monsters. So we got a Goblin King, and all players discard 1 card. So for the Goblin King, find out where he goes first. So he goes 3. So he'll go over there. Now, Goblin King, for example, like he's known as a boss monster. So in the manual here, like, and I can't remember exactly what he does. I'll find the page with him in it. Like, it'll give you a guide to all the monsters and what they're, like, boss monsters, and it'll say, you know, what their special ability is. Like, there was one called the Healer. See? Healer. That guy right there. He, heals all the monsters. So it's the Goblin King. It says, this royal monster arrives at loyal subjects at his side. Roll the die and place the Goblin King and force them draw and resolve 3 more monster tokens. So you do 1, 2, 3. Okay. So his little minions will go 4 and 2. And now we got 2 more things. So Plague Swordsman. So when this means, when it says Plague Swordsman, it means so any player that has a swordsman, I have to throw into a discard pile. Unfortunately, my partner does not have a swordsman, and neither do I. So that's gone. Now it says discard a card. That's from previous. So you have to go through your hand and discard 1 card. So my buddy, my pretend friend here, he's going to discard a Blue Archer. Meantime, I'm going to discard Blue Archer as well. So that ends our turn. His turn, so in between turns. So my friend will say take his cards back over there. Over into this area. And I have mine. I only have 2 left. So every time, I'm pretty sure it's every time you draw. Yeah, hold on. Draw up. Pretty sure it's draw up 2 cards every time you play. Every time it's your turn. Anyway, so yeah, you get my point. So, yeah, you do is you get rid of all the monsters and everything like that. Once they're slain, they're slain. That's your point. But yeah, no, I told you how to win and everything like that. So, awesome game. So, highly recommend it. It's from Fireside Games. And you guys can order it off the internet and everything like that. I don't know how many expansions in total there are, but this is what I owe here. So, Dark Titan, Wizard's Tower, and the basic set. So anyway, guys, that's Castle Panic for you in a nutshell. Very fun game. Gets ridiculous. Like the Dark Titan expansion apparently is super hard, and my friends and I were able to beat the basic one. So one of these days we're gonna get to the Dark Titan, and oh my god, it's gonna be a real massacre. So anyway, guys, until next time, this is Ev from Blue Tarantula Productions signing out. If you rate, subscribe, comment, and add any other kind of board games or recommendations or any of your favorite board games, that'd be great. We could talk about that or whatever, or board game memories or anything like that. So until next time, you guys, adios.